Let's take a look at the grid. Rafa Kamara on pole position, Joel Bergström. Out of grid 2, Akshay Bora is alongside Arvid Lindblad, Keanu Blum, the Austrian, alongside Giuliano Holtzam. Alex Powell on debut in OK, won the first heat in the senior category on Friday, alongside the newly crowned junior world champ, Keanu Nakamura Bertha, Ricky Lu from China, and Francesco Marenghi. We go to Lucas Armalisto, the Finn, who's alongside Maximilian Obst, Rasmus Andersen, Nico Lemberg back with us, Marek Skriven, Torben Grundal, Gustav Dragsted, Zoltan Koros, Vladimir Verholantsev, and Ksenia Phoenix, the Russians on the final row of the grid for KR and the CV Performance Group, respectively. Pre-Final B, the WSK Final Cup here at Adria Raceway. It's a cold morning. It is 8 degrees. The fog is heavy. The track is dry. The boy from Brazil leads them up to the line. And we race. Nice start from Joel Bergström. Holds the outside line. Tried to go around the outside of the pole sitter. Almost did it. Tucks into second place as the KART Republics bunch up behind. So there's an Esprit in second place with KART Republics second through to 7th. And of course in the lead with Rafa as well. Nice start by Alex Powell. He's gone through to 4th place. Joel in second for the Forza Racing team. Rafa leads the way. A clean start for Pre-Final B. OK here this morning. Nikola Zolov watching down from pit lane to see who will join him on the front row of the grid for the final. The faster of the 2 pre-finals determine which driver will start on pole position as Rafa leads down into turn 1. Joel is staying with him. That is Bora in 3rd place. Powell in 4th. On debut in the OK Senior class is the kid from the Caribbean for the Argenti Motorsport team. He's about to be passed, though, by Arvid Lindblad, the Londoner. Dives down the inside. The Red Bull Junior takes the Mercedes Junior for 4th place. Both driving at KART Republics. They trade positions. Joel Bergström staying with Rafa. A slightly wider turn in from the Esprit. The 2 different manufacturers, the 2 different engine mates as well. Running 1-2, will he dive down the inside? Joel Bergström, super move, makes the pass and goes by Rafa. The Oakberry KART Republic back to 2nd place. The Forza Racing of the Swede in P1. Alex Powell in the background trying to take Akshay Bora, who himself has been passed by Arvid Lindblad. The Londoner is coming for the lead. It is an Esprit, which is leading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 KART Republics. We go back to Ricky Lu, the Chinese driver in P8 for the Ward Racing team in the Tony Kart. So it's an OTK KART Republic battle, which has raged for the past few seasons. And at the moment, it is the Esprit powered by the TM leading the Miami-powered KART Republics, plural. As we get news that Nico Lemberg has been given a 3-second penalty. That puts the Finn down to 19th place. 2 drivers to miss the cut for the final later this afternoon. As it stands, it is Nico and Gustav Dragsted. The early stages of the race, Joel adjusts the blinds on the radiator. As we say, it is a very cool morning here, but the engines are up to temperature. As you watch Nico Lemberg go through 15th on the standings at the moment, despite that 3-second penalty. So it is Bergström, Kamada, Lindblad, Powell, Bora. There's Giuliano Holtzam in that battle with Francesco Marenghi and Ricky Lu from the Shenzhen province in the south of China with Ward Racing this weekend. 227, the Vortex-powered Tony Kart ahead of Marenghi, Giuliano Holtzam, Rasmus Andersen. Marek Skriven doing a good job. Here's the check in P13 for the H-Kart Club VACR. Joel Bergström with the lead. Here comes Lindblad. The KART Republics in 2nd and 3rd. Down into turn 2. Lindblad dives down the inside. Rafa's got no response. Almost makes contact with the back of Lindblad on the exits. Tries to stay with Powell's right there as well. So Rafa, who led the early stages of the race from pole position, the boy from Brazil, back to P3. Powell's right there, the cool kid from the Caribbean on debut in the senior OK category here in the WSK Final Cup. Here comes Alex. He's got the speed. Rafa seemingly does not. Watch into the hairpin. Leaves the door open. And the Jamaican sensation just dives down the inside and takes third place. So it is Joel Bergström for Forza Racing, who's been caught by the Londoner Arvid Lindblad. Alex in P3. Rafa back to P4. Then we go to Akshay Bora, Keanu Bloom, the Austrian, still superb in P6. Head of Summer Listo, Kim Nakamura Bertha, also for the Forza Racing team. There is the plain white arrow helmet of the English-born Slovakian Japanese driver in the Forza Racing KART 215, whose teammate continues to lead just, but under increasing pressure from Arvid Lindblad. The Red Bull Junior from the west side of London closes up on the back of the boy from Pita Insferie, and he's past him. Joel back to second place. Lindblad has got the lead. Powell's actually catching Bergström as well. Makes an adjustment on the carburetor, feeding the fuel into the 125cc engine as they bounce off the 16,000 RPM rev limiter, touching around 127, 128 k's an hour down the start-finish straight here at Adria Raceway. Powell is on the back of Bergström. It wasn't long ago when these drivers were racing in OK Junior. First time out in OK Senior for Powell. Bergström in second place. He had the speed early in the race. Kamada's caught up to the back of Powell as well. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 fight for the lead. Powell, as he did just a few moments ago on Kamada, takes second place. Bergström back to third. The Swede in amongst a trio of KART Republics. The order to the left of your screen, the final qualifying position at the moment is Zoltan Kodos. The Slovakian driver for the ERT Racing team, as now Kamada down the inside and takes Bergström. So the Forza Racing Challenge, it looked good earlier in the race, but as we go into the second half of the race, Bergström just slides backwards ever so slightly. Keanu Bloom, superb in P5. Here's the Austrian KART Republic Motorsport 212. He's ahead of Akshay Bora. Or do I speak too soon? Because Kian Nakamura Berta up the inside. And the Japanese driver, 215 for Forza Racing, has taken him. So Keen is now behind his teammate, albeit 60 or 70 metres in arrears. Kim Nakamura Berta, Forza Racing P5. Joel Bergström, Forza Racing P4. Zoltan Koros going through, as is Gustav Dragsted, the Dane in P19. Powell, the Argenti Motorsport Mercedes Junior, in second place, actually starting to catch up at Lindblad. So KART Republic dominated pre-final A with Nikola Zoloff winning by 5 seconds. He's an odds-on favourite to take the final, but it may be another KR from the team of Dean Church, Dino Chiesa, who will take the fight up for the Bulgarian in the final. Kamada. So the lower tyre pressures off the start, obviously, are starting to come good for the KR machines. Joel Bergström, there's his teammate Kim Nakamura Berta, ahead of Keanu Bloom. Lucas Samalisto up into P7, ahead of Akshay Bora Marengi, Giuliano Holzam for the CV Performance team, the German, for the German team in P10. Kamada on the back of Powell now. Rafa Kamada does traditionally start with very low tyre pressures. As he makes the move, Alex leaves the door open and the KRs trade positions. Lindblad skips away right there with that move. 6 laps remaining in pre-final B. Zoloff to start from the front row of the grid for the final. At the moment, it looks as though he'll be joined by Arvid Lindblad, who leads pre-final B. Now from Rafa Kamada. Powell in third place, Joel Bergström still staying there in P4. Kim Nakamura Berta has just done a purple third sector quicker than anybody, including Lindblad, in P5, starting to catch his teammate. Five laps remaining at the end of this one. It is KR 1, 2, 3, then the two Forza Racing Express. as Lucas Salmolisto makes the move into the hairpin on Keanu Bloom. And the Finn takes the Austrian. 5 laps remaining. Unusually, but somewhat thankfully this weekend, it has been a relatively sedate affair despite we raced 48 heats. It has been a massive week as Nico Lemberg goes through. The 214 Koski Motorsport. Tony KART, despite that 3-second penalty. The Finn safe for the moment in position 16. Yes, thankfully it was unusually sedate, and the same can be said for the pre-finals this morning. Expect the fireworks to erupt later this afternoon. The 4 finals starting at 2:15 local time here in the north of Italy, starting with OK Junior, the OK final. If you're watching the pre-final at the moment, KZ2, they're on track at the end of this one. And the final races of 2021, the 60 Mini final. In 60 Mini, we had 126 entries for this, the final event of the 2021 WSK season. 3.5 laps now remaining for Rafa. Right behind Arvid Lindblad, the British driver with the Swedish and Indian heritage. For the Italian team, with the Brazilian behind and the Jamaican in 3rd place. A super international field here. Rafa down the inside takes the lead. Rafa goes through. That was unexpected. Lindblad, it looked as though he would walk away with this pre-final. When he made his way up from 4th to 3rd to 2nd and into the lead, he's back to 2nd place. Rafa Camara into the lead with 3 laps remaining. The WSK Final Cup here at Adria Karting Raceway on a cold morning in the north of Italy on a dry circuit. It is the boy from Brazil, Menino do Brasil, who goes through to position 1. Lindblad, the Red Bull Junior, back into 2nd place. Alex Powell, his first ever senior race this weekend, his first ever senior heat on Friday resulted in a victory. He's in 3rd from the 2 Forza Racing drivers. Bergstrom P4, Nakamura Berta P5, although he is catching. In fact, he's right on the rear bumper of his teammates. 2 laps now remaining in pre-final B. Lindblad, the gap is 0.2 of a second. And Rafa Camara, 47.523. Goes purple, the fastest driver on the circuit. So still the KART Republics at 1, 2, 3. The fight will come later in this afternoon. In the final, the last race of the 2021 season. We got underway here on the 20th of February, the WSK Champions Cup, when the world was a very different place. It may have been coming into springtime, but it was a dark day, or a dark period for the world. You know why, I'm not going to say the C word. But things are looking bright. Well, if you disregard the cloud that hangs over the Adria circuit. We look to the 2022 WSK season starting here with the Champions Cup on the 23rd of January. 2 months to the day, if my mathematics is correct, and you know if you're a regular viewer, it's less than 4. Around about 2 months from now, we're back with the WSK Champions Cup for 2022. So Kamada goes defensive on the final few corners of pre-final B, looking to join Nikola Zoloff. It will be an all-KART Republic front row of the grid for the final. Drives down the middle of the circuit, ragged on the entry as Arvid Lindblad. He'll finish in P2. Down through the chicane, that checkered flag is about to wave. It is the boy from Brazil, Rafa Camara, in the Oakberry KART Republic, takes the victory from the Red Bull Junior, Arvid Lindblad, and the Jamaican sensation, Alex Powell, on debut in OK Senior, makes it a KART Republic 1, 2, 3 in pre-final B. So Rafa Camara takes the victory by just 1/10 of a second as he pulls into pit lane at the bottom of your screen, ahead of Arvid Lindblad and Alex Powell in P3. Kin Nakamura Berta and Joel Bergstrom, the attack from Forza Racing in 4 and 5. Lucas Samolisto, 6 for the Finn. Great result for Keanu Bloom. He's been there all week. He will start from the 7th row of the grid, either grid 13 or 14th for the Austrian for the pre-final, for the final, I should say.